All right, guys, welcome back to our Master and Apprentice video and podcast. How you doing today, Afton?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing today, Sammy?
I'm doing pretty good. So with this, we have the official ending of Ahsoka. Was streaming on Disney Plus. It's now over. With that, we're going to give you guys our official review of the series as we do every Star Wars series. So with all of that being said, what did you give this series out of 10, Afton?
I'm gonna give the series a solid 9.5 out of 10. Like I might be high on the moment. I might be high on it, but the past few episodes, past 4 or 5 episodes, we've been just rating higher and higher to the point where Sammy had to rearrange his list to give some things lower, just because everything was just so amazing. And then this last episode, it was like they better finish it out well, and it was executed very cleanly. I don't see really any problems. I mean, 9.5. I'm just gonna give it a final 9.5 because I can give a couple minor things that are wrong, but nothing diminishing, nothing detrimental. It was just an amazing series, and I loved every second of it.
My official review, my official score for this series is between an 8.5 and a 9, so like an 8.7 or 7.5. So there you go. Spoiler alert. It's a great series. I 100% recommend. It's probably the best Star Wars that Disney has produced in the new Star Wars age. That's excluding any animation, because I think season 7 of Clone Wars is probably the best. But as for live action goes, this is one of the best, if not the best. This gives Mandalorian season 2 a run for its money. It had a lot of great episodes. It had a lot of great fan service that was done well. Some fan service that wasn't done well. Some of the great parts of it are obviously the Anakin and Ahsoka thing that we see in episode 5. That whole relationship was brought out well. Obviously, while Thrawn wasn't executed perfectly, his appearance might not have pleased some. I think the vibe of Thrawn was on par. I think it was great. It was what it was supposed to be. And everything surrounding that with the Dathomir witches, with Enoch, with the Night Troopers, I loved. That was one of my favorite parts of the series so far. As well as Ahsoka. I think Ahsoka herself was done very proper. There wasn't much I didn't like. And as well as all the New Republic stuff, for the most part, I thought was always done well with Porter, with Hera, with all of that stuff. I always thought it was executed what it was supposed to be. It never was weird or out of scene for the most part. There was maybe one time I didn't think it fit properly. And then last but not least, I loved all the Shin Hati and Baylan Skoll scenes, characters. Everything about those two characters were intriguing while mysterious at the same time. Very mystical. I don't know if they brought new characters into live action, into Star Wars canon, into Star Wars lore that have been more intriguing than these characters in a very long time. Yet we come to a resolution on this first season, and yet they're still super intriguing and mysterious. And I can't wait to see how they develop them going forward, because their story is far from over, and yet we know nothing about these characters still. Some things that disappointed a little bit that I thought kind of brought the series down. I thought Sabine, not necessarily herself as a character, but sometimes the relationships she had on screen just seemed not portrayed in the best of ways. I thought her relationship with Ahsoka, it just kind of gave off too many different vibes. Sometimes they were friends, sometimes they weren't friends. Sometimes they trusted each other, sometimes they didn't. And it was never congruent. It never always made sense. And that's just something that I kind of thought brought the series down as a whole. Because every time Sabine came into the scene, it wasn't Sabine's fault. It's just the relationship she had with the characters. It just didn't seem to always fit properly. Even her relationship with Ezra just kind of gave us mixed signals. Do they like each other, or do they still have crush on each other? I don't really even know what's going on with them, right? That was just something that kind of brought it down. And then the direction of the series and how it ended, I think having, obviously, big spoilers, having Ahsoka and Sabine kind of trade spots with Ezra, in my opinion, it seemed like a cheap move. I didn't like that move. I thought bring them all back, maybe as a Thrawn's prisoner, maybe that would have worked. I don't know. I don't know. I don't necessarily like it. I think splitting them up again, I don't know. It wasn't my favorite. That's a very opinionated, opinion. But there you have it. Anything else on it, Afton?
I actually like how they kind of left Ahsoka and Sabine there. And again, Sammy just said that it was opinionated. If they just left Ahsoka and Sabine there with Hu Yang and the broken T6, that would have been like kind of what the frick's going on. But as Sammy said from the very beginning, before the series started, there is a big Mortis twins arc going on here with that planet, and Balin Skull obviously is taking attention to it, and that is where this is going. So either they're going to go back between the world between worlds, back through space wars. They're going to get back somehow. We know that eventually. This is more content that we've never seen any of. The world between worlds, Balin, Mortis twins, and I'm excited to see where that goes.
I will say that part alone, I think Athens correct on that path. The biggest problem with all of this is how long is it going to be before we get Ahsoka season 2, right? It's not that I'm not excited for season 2 because I'm more than ecstatic for it. But with all of these WGA strikes and how long Disney is taking to kind of put out shows that don't suck, it's going to be 2 or 3 years before we see that. And that just kind of disappoints me a lot, especially with the passing of Ray Stevenson, the actor for Balin Skull. I'm going to be very intrigued to see how long it takes them and where they go with this story going forward.
I agree. I'm extremely excited to see where this is going, but I am scared because they got like 3-4 things they want to do before this next season comes out, and we don't know where they are. And what they should be doing is taking this hype, because this is one of the best series they came out with, not just opinionated wise, but number wise too. And Disney should be pumping the second season out relatively soon to get people on, keep this train rolling. But I agree with Sammy. I bet the WGA strike. I thought it was a great series. By the way, I love the choreography. That's one thing that I will say, that this series was just amazing, especially that fight with Morgan Elsbeth versus Ahsoka. Some scenes in there were just like so crazy cool looking. I loved it. I really did.
Not that I'm not excited going forward. I'm very excited. It's kind of taking it as a path that not many expected, right? It's doing a lot of different things that anyone could have ever really predicted or at least expected with Disney. And I think we can all give it props for that, for taking us down a different path, a different point of view, different expectations now because of this show. I think all props go out to Dave Filoni. It is a great series altogether. Like I said, an 8.7 is a great series. Giving it a 9 is hard. It's definitely up there with one of the best seasons, one of the best live action series for Disney, for Star Wars, since pretty much the Disney era of Star Wars. Like I said, it's great. Rosario Dawson smashes it out of the park. Ray Stevenson, I mean, rest in peace. His character, Balin Skull, absolutely amazing. All the characters portrayed so well. And it's going to be exciting to see, Thrawn in the new galaxy with the New Republic with his dead army, Ahsoka and Sabine, in the new beyond, in the new galaxy, in the beyond galaxy, right? Balin with the world between worlds, Shin with all of those raiders. It's going to be exciting to see where we go going forward with this. I'm ecstatic to see what happens next for Ahsoka and the Mandoverse in general. So there you guys have it. We did hope you guys enjoyed this review and breakdown. Let us know what you guys thought of this series altogether, especially the finale. Some people kind of seem to love it. Some people kind of seem to be not all over it. So I want to know what you guys think down in the comments. And then let us know what you guys think of the series. And I think we can all agree, it's, for the most part, it's very different, and it's brought a whole different feeling of Star Wars than we've seen before with Disney. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like down on the YouTube. And then don't forget to hit that download and follow on the podcast. With that, we hope you guys did enjoy this, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.